Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Monday, April 29th. I'm Michael Taylor and I hope you enjoyed a great weekend. It was a wonderful weekend. Picture postcard for Southern California, right? Lots of sun, no rain finally. I enjoyed it, hope you do too. As we say goodbye to April and welcome in May on Wednesday. Let's talk about what we got to welcome in today on our show. It's going to be the folks from Amazing Hearing. We're going to be talking about ear health. We talk about ear wax, how it can affect balance and how you can keep that health and not only your hearing but balance and some other things. So we'll have lots to talk about with them. And then Village String Band is going to be here. We're going to welcome Paul Lambert, and Sharon Rosen, and they're going to be talking about an upcoming show they have and kind of the history behind the whole Village String Band itself. We got some old archive pictures from the 90s and fun stuff like that. So stay tuned there. Hey, we've got an important thing to tell you about in terms of our emergency work going on from Southern California Edison. It's going to be closing one of the gates here, the access in and out. So starting today, SCE has to replace a failing underground vault and transformer at the north end of Avenida Sevilla, north of Gate 5. This emergency work will require closing Avenida Sevilla through traffic at Via Puerta during work hours. Temporary road closures will be in place from today all the way to May 17th, so you're not going to be able to get in and out of those areas during the day. There's also going to be 2 temporary one-day power outages in the area as well. The first one's going to be Thursday, May 2nd. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 6:30. The second one's going to be Friday, May 10th from 9 a.m. to 6:30. SCE is providing notifications to the folks who are affected. Only about 65 manners are going to be affected, but if you're on that list, it certainly affects you. If you have any questions, call Southern California Edison. They're the ones who have all the information, and they're the ones who are running this work. All right, let's take a look outside. Beautiful day, and it's going to be a beautiful week as well. We have just sun, and more sun. And May is here on Wednesday, and then the temperatures go right up, so we say goodbye to our April showers, and we got May flowers and May sunshine. We're going to have a nice, warm rest of the week for the second half, rather. Nice, cool temperatures, then we bump it up. Should be nice. Hope you enjoy it. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. This morning, it was 6:03 a.m. Tonight, it's going to be 7:33 p.m., and this wonderful picture here from Michael Dermody. It kind of looks like a pool, reflected water. It's kind of nice, kind of interesting, a little artsy. I like that. We're getting artsy with our sunrise and sunset pictures. If you'd like to send us one, you can do so. Very easy. Just email us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the photo, and we will use it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, treat for you on Monday, no meetings. So when we come back, we'll be talking to the folks from Amazing Hearing. Stay with us.
What's happened to healthcare? It wasn't so long ago that your doctor understood your health history because they were part of it. From labor pains to life's health challenges, you could rely on that relationship with your family physician. Then something happened. Healthcare changed. Seeing a doctor can feel like running into a stranger. A 60-minute wait for a 6-minute visit. Hoag Medical Group is here to change all of that. Our doctors do more than react to illness. They become your personal physician for life. Always listening, never rushing, helping to chart a healthy path together, walking with you at every turn. This is the way healthcare was meant to be, with enhanced features such as same-day appointments, care coordination, and direct access to Hoag's world-class professionals and services. Hoag Medical Group. We listen, we care, we're committed to you for life.
Do you suffer from low back pain? Hoag Orthopedic Institute is the #1 provider of orthopedic and spine care in Orange County. Our Back to You program is a unique, non-operative, evidence-based approach to treating low back pain. Our spine strengthening program combines physical therapy with education on pain and nutrition. Let Hoag Orthopedic Institute's Back to You program get you back to doing what you love. For more information, visit hoiexperts.com/spine or call 855-999-4641 to find a doctor.
Did you know that tinnitus or ringing in your ears can be a sign of hearing loss? Hi, I'm Dr. Gabby Rodriguez, one of the audiologists here at Amazing Hearing. Contrary to what many doctors may tell you, tinnitus can be helped and often eliminated.
I'm a doctor and I thought I'd have to live with the tinnitus, and my hearing has gone from loud tinnitus to no tinnitus in a week and a half.
Call us today for a free consultation. Amazing Hearing, the hearing and tinnitus experts.
I might be getting my ears done after this interview. I got some good warnings for you folks. Okay, we want to welcome the folks from Amazing Hearing, and Mundell Noel and Gabby Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So we want to talk about what's the importance of coming in and getting a baseline on your hearing and taking a look at your ears and seeing where we're at. And that's an important thing to do, right?
Yes, we know that we lose our vision in our 40s and 50s, and we lose our hearing in our 60s and 70s. So it's good to get a baseline to know where you're at so that as things start to progress, you know as a comparison.
Okay, and so what is a baseline involve? What happens when I come in and I'm getting my baseline?
Yep, so a baseline hearing test is a diagnostic test. So we'll start out doing a pretty extensive case history, kind of finding out if you have any hearing issues in your family line, whether or not you've been exposed to noise. We do an otoscopic, which means we take a look in your ears, check for those wax, and make sure the eardrum is really healthy.
You're going to find a lot of wax in my ears.
I don't know. A lot of people think that their hearing loss is due to wax, and then they come in and they're a little disappointed. But as audiologists, we can remove wax, both with irrigation and with suction. And then we do the actual hearing test. But our test is more diagnostic than if you go to a hearing aid dispenser where they're testing for fitting a hearing aid. So with the diagnostic test, we test you both in quiet and noise, and we are also starting to do some cognitive function screening. So we're able to start relating hearing loss with possible memory loss, and that's a whole new area that is really developing.
Okay. Now, Dr. Gabby, when someone's losing their vision, they understand it because they see a difference, right? I wear my bifocals, here, so because I can't see these papers anymore, that kind of thing. But when it's hearing, I think some people probably just have the impression, I just need to turn this up. It's not loud enough, and they don't notice it as much because it's not something you can see or touch, right?
Absolutely. The number one thing people come in and say is, I just feel like people are mumbling these days, which maybe is true. A lot of people do mumble, but it's the mumbling, it's the turning up the TV, the little signs that you're right, maybe you don't notice, but your closest family and friends might be.
We're having to yell at Dad.
Exactly, yeah. And so, no one ever wants to feel like something is wrong with them. So, having that defense kind of wall put up when someone mentions things. Our job is to break down the wall, let's treat, because there are more important and more serious things that can be connected to untreated hearing loss.
Someone you would have? Oh, did you not hear that? Okay. So when you go in there and we talk about treatment, is there anything you can do to repair damaged hearing? Or is it really just, it's about how we can put a hearing aid in there and adjust so you can hear better?
So that all comes through the diagnostic testing. So we'll find out whether or not it's something in the external ear canal. Maybe people get surfer's ear, which is a growth of calcium in your ear canal because you're exposed to cold water and wind. So the body has a natural defense system to try to protect that. So that's something that could impair hearing, and that could be repaired. Maybe somebody has a middle ear issue where their eustachian tubes are not working well, or they have an infection, or the bones are not working right. That is something that could be repaired. But if the loss is in the inner ear, which is where the hair cells and the nerve fibers are, that are also connected to the balance system, then that is not something that can be repaired. However, that is something that the hearing aid can help. And that's what we do in our diagnostic testing, is to assess all that.
Okay, and just talked about the balance. What are some of the other hearing things that are related to hearing loss that they're going to balance and other things like that?
Yeah, so the same nerve that controls your hearing organ controls your balance organ, so the two are closely related. Tinnitus is what we talked about, last couple months ago, and that's closely related to overall ear health. And then the big one that more and more research is coming out is just overall cognitive health. So the brain can't can't process what it can't hear. So if the ears are missing sounds, that is trickled all the way up through the auditory system to the brain as well.
Okay, and it can affect people's behavior. I mean, they're upset, they're
For
more
sure.
irritable, something like that, or is
Absolutely.
it because of the tinnitus, or they're just not hearing things like they used to?
Both. Isolation is a big one. Depression. If you're anxious and scared to go into an environment because you know people are going to say, why aren't you hearing? Or you're going to have to ask people to repeat themselves. A lot of emotional things come along with that. So yeah, we see that a lot. People come in kind of irritable, angry. They accept their hearing loss. We're able to help them, and it really is a different person a lot of times.
Okay. And do you feel like people come in to an ear doctor when there's a problem? It's not like I'm going to the yearly dentist and yearly checkups. Is it really like, hey, I'm already in a bad place?
Usually. I
Yeah.
mean, very few people are proactive on that. Even with our general body health, right? We wait till it really hurts before we do something about it. But when it comes to hearing, it's usually that people have been prompted, or like Dr. Gabby was saying, they are emotionally recognizing that they're not in a good place, that they're isolating, that they're getting depressed, and all of those factors are related. Because if you're talking about the news and I'm talking about my shoes because I didn't hear you well, people are going to think, well, you either didn't pay attention or you're cognitively starting to lose it. So they start to get a little bit defensive, where that's where she was saying they isolate and they don't want to go out, especially in difficult, noisy environments, which are group situations. So it's something different, though, than spousal deafness, which comes when you say I do. Right? That's when you just totally ignore your spouse.
I got that way back in 1993.
There you go, right? Yeah.
So, Gabby, when we're talking about this, and somebody comes in for that, is there also like an important conversation you have to have as well when we're doing a diagnosis like this? Like, what is going on, and understanding what's going on at the household, so they understand, oh, this sounds like it might be X instead of Y?
Absolutely. We always encourage all our patients to bring in a family member because having another perspective, what are you seeing, how are you seeing them handle these situations, gives us a lot of insight and really helps guide our diagnosis and ultimately our treatment.
When people come in, and the one thing that was maybe a benefit, a lot of people saw as a benefit, is the Costcoization of hearing aids. Anybody can buy them. You don't need a prescription anymore, and those kinds of things. What are some of the challenges people have if they don't go to a hearing specialist and they're getting fitted for hearing aids?
So that is a great question. The thing that we do is personalized service. We are audiologists, so we are coming from a diagnostic medical point of view. I have 6 years of college. Dr. Gabby has 8 in hearing sciences. So we're coming from a totally different perspective. So we're not just fitting a hearing aid, we're actually fitting the person. So from the top down, and it's just a different experience. We are happy that Costco's there to kind of normalize hearing loss, that it's not this huge stigma.
Right.
However, they have very limited services that they can provide, and we have the whole gamut.
Okay, you got Monday, May 13th event coming up. Tell us about that.
Monday, May 13th.
Yeah,
event.
the HLAA, the Mission Viejo. So we are going to have, we're going to be working with what was formerly called the Hearing Well Club in Laguna Woods, and now it's the HLAA, which stands for Hearing Loss Association of America, Mission Viejo. And we are going to have a whole fun day of manufacturers' reps being there, raffles, drawings. We want people who just want to come out and talk about hearing loss, see the latest stuff. Come for an hour. It's in Clubhouse 7, and it should be a great event.
Sounds good. And if you want to get RSV to Tony at hearinglossoc.org for more information, make sure you get your name in there and get in there. Thank you very much for joining us. Amazing hearing. Always a pleasure to have you guys in.
Thank
you.
We come up next. It's going to be the Village String Band. Stay with us.
Hearing is part of your foundational health. Having the best hearing you can affects every aspect of your life. Hearing is related to your balance, your memory, your communication, and your overall positive well-being. Hi, I'm Ann Mundell-Noel, owner of Amazing Hearing. As an audiologist, my passion is to give you the best hearing health available based on your individual needs. Call us today to schedule an appointment. We're located in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center.
Whether you are physically active, playing pickleball or golf, or have trouble with daily activities, Tri-Shulo is thoughtfully crafted with your needs in mind. Our unique formula can help provide relief when you need it most. Apply a small amount to your hands, knees, neck, shoulders, or any other areas of discomfort. Gently rub in a circular motion until thoroughly dissolved. There are no artificial chemicals, just natural plant compound to nourish your body. Endorsed by athletes, loved by all, there is nothing like Tri-Shulo Organics. Don't let pain control your life. Take action today.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
We want to welcome Paul Lambert and Sharon Rosen from the Village String Band, and welcome to the program, guys.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit, for folks who don't know, what is the Village String Band all about? When did it get its start?
You want to take it?
I'll take it.
Okay.
The band, this is the earliest picture that we have of the band, formed in the 1990s and was called all number of things. The variety band, the Texas Two-Steppers, a bunch of things. And it focused on country music. And it started as a club, which it remains, but it became an emeritus Saddleback emeritus class.
Okay.
And it's been around, and it's gone through several different music leaders, including our president, Alan Levin from Saddleback College, who keeps us on our toes and helps orchestrate things.
So you guys meet as regularly as a class,
We meet
and it's all folks on guitars and different kind of string instruments?
What did you say? We've got like 16 different instruments in there.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
There's 20-something members, right?
Yeah,
Right.
almost 30. I think we started the semester with around 30, and a couple of people went, wait, this isn't an orchestra? But it's, we've got a slew of guitars, ukuleles, got piano, bass, and drums, of course, because you got to have that.
Right.
We've got mandolins and banjos and
Fiddles.
fiddles and accordions and
Oh, wow, okay.
harmonicas.
Accordions aren't string. Wait a minute. Who are you letting in this thing?
We're like, that's true. Drums aren't string on.
Right, either, right.
And because you can't do Cajun music without
Sure,
an
of course,
accordion.
no.
Right, right. and we even have one of those, what are they
washboard,
called?
yeah.
Washboard.
For the Cajun music, yeah.
It's like he's playing a slide guitar there in that picture, a little Hagen Dobro.
Oh, and he's brilliant on that too.
So,
he's absolutely brilliant on that.
And one of the distinctions that I like to make is there are a lot of bands around the village, and that's great because music should be everywhere. But unlike most of the bands that are around the village, we're really not what I would call a bar band. We don't play a song just to make it sound exactly like it was on the record.
Right, you're not trying to do tributes.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, not a tribute band, not a cover band. We pick songs we like and then we do them the way we want.
Yeah, so it's kind of open to interpretation. Now, you've heard over the years, reinterpretations of songs sometimes are bigger than the originals.
Right,
you know?
right, yeah.
Right.
And And you know, like Paul said, it used to be primarily country and Western music. Now we've got a great variety, and so even though I wouldn't say we're a dance band, if people come to our show, which I hope you do, there's a lot of great dance music too. We're going to have a dance. The room will be set up so that there's a dance floor. And we just want everybody to come and have a great time at the
Still
concert.
got the country vibe with the tassels on your
I
jacket and
do,
everything.
you know. I thought I'd carry it through.
And the concert's going to be on Monday, May 13th at Clubhouse 5.
Yeah.
And we're telling people, bring your own everything. Food, drink.
Dancing shoes.
Yeah, that's right. There'll be room for dancing because we used to do it at Clubhouse 3, the Performing Arts Center. But, you know, there's
Can't
not
really
a lot of
dance around
room
there.
to
No.
dance
It's more of a
there.
seated
No.
kind of a theater kind of experience there,
yeah,
right?
and we, you know, it needs more intimacy, and you know, it's just a better venue for us. I mean, there are a lot of us, so we really cram on that stage. There was more room on the stage at the PAC,
Right.
But yeah,
You make it work.
We make it work.
Right,
God,
right.
God bless our sound technicians; they do a great job.
Now, when do you guys start rehearsals on a performance like this?
Well, since it's a college class, it starts when the semester starts.
Okay.
And we used to only do one concert a year in May, so we'd work all year in class on that. But Alan Levin, our president instructor, said we can do more than that. So now we have one at the end of each semester.
Terrific.
And then in the summer, when there isn't a class, the club continues to meet, and we kind of work on songs.
Just go rogue in the summer?
We do.
Like wild kids out for the break?
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they got me. I'm a disciplinarian. But we try out songs that maybe or maybe not will work, and by the time we get to when class starts again, we've already tried out some to say, yes, we're going to do this, no, we're not going to do this, and then we can perfect them during the semester. Add musicians, you know, all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
We may start out with as many as 30 songs and work on them, and if they aren't up to all of our satisfaction, we'll get down to 22 for the concert. It's a very collaborative experience. Somebody will say, well, why don't you repeat that line twice, or why don't we have some drums in this section? And it's really great experience.
Trying out the song, they're going, oh, you know what would be great here? Harmonica, come over here. It
Now,
really is great fun.
Since it's a class and anyone can join, do you have like quite a diverse experience range in there from some folks who are just trying to give this a try to people who've been doing this their whole lives?
That's what I tell people. We have really people who are brand new at it and so not very good at their instrument yet, and people who are absolute professionals, the whole gamut. And the people who are more experienced help the people who don't. It's extremely collaborative. Nobody judges anybody else on their level of ability. It's about making music together and having a good time.
Yeah. Now, do you guys come up like a theme? You say, hey, this show is going to be X, Y, or Z, or is it just kind of a cornucopia?
No, it's a free-for-all, yeah.
It's what we come up with. And we have some rock and roll, Desperado. We're going to be doing Dear Doctor from the Stones, to original songs by members of the group, folk, Walk Right In, Zydeco, Iko.
Got the whole playlist there.
Yeah,
What's going on?
yeah.
This is it.
That should
That's
be
our
top
playlist.
secret.
I know. He's giving it all away. And we do about an hour and a half show, and it's without an intermission, so we just go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's about as much as people have time for around here. Like, I'm exhausted. Let's go home.
What's the experience like for the folks who have never done it in your class before? They've rehearsed all semester and then they get out there. You guys have probably had the experience with the newbies and go, wow, that was...
Yeah, a lot of them, maybe their first semester, they don't do a solo. They just come in and play with the band. But some people come in raring to go.
Okay.
So, and they're good, you know. And even if they're not good, if they want to do a solo, they get to, unless the song doesn't come together.
Right.
Like we're doing Iko because we have a new person in the group who hadn't been there before who plays accordion, And she's not used to performing, but she really wanted to.
Okay.
So she is.
Fun times, fun times. All right, folks. It's going to be May 13th, Clubhouse 5. Make sure you bring your own everything and enjoy some great music with the folks from the Village String Band.
And it's $10 a head.
$10 a head. Don't forget to bring some cash. All right, Sharon Rose and Paul Lambert, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
When we come back, we'll be doing our Monday movie preview. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
Dr. Farhumand and her associates at Brilliant Smile are excited to announce we now feature cone beam computed tomography. CBCT scans have many benefits over traditional x-rays. They are fast, safe, non-invasive, and provide better care to our patients. The 3D images provide an accurate view of teeth, bones, and soft tissue. It allows us to diagnose and treat more effectively. Also, it features modern diagnosing of sleep apnea by checking the airways and obstructions. Get started today. Call Brilliant Smile, Laguna Woods Village favorite dentist.
Hope you enjoyed the show so far. Before we head out, we're going to be talking about our Monday movie, and it is a classic, Logan's Run. You guys remember this one from 1976? Michael York, Farrah Fawcett's even in this, and it's brought to us by Harvard Eye Associates. It's going to be on at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles, and it depicts a future society in which the population and the consumption of resources are maintained in equilibrium by killing everyone who reaches the age of 30. Well, with a promise of reincarnation, of course. So the followers of this action is Logan 5, and he's our main character, and he's also called the Sandman because he terminates others who have attempted to escape this fate of death. But then he decides he's going to run himself, and he faces his own termination. Oh my goodness. It's a great movie. It's a classic. I remember seeing it when I was a kid, and it's a fun one. All right, let's take a quick check of the weather before we head out, and we've got a great week ahead. We're going to have some mild temperatures at the beginning of the week in the 70s and low 70s. Then we get a warm-up. We get May on Wednesday, and then it heats right up. May takes over, and we get upper 70s for Thursday and Friday. All sun, except along the coast we have some clouds, but otherwise we're going to have lots of sun, lots of warm skies. So go out there, enjoy the temperatures, do some gardening, whatever you want to do. It's going to be a fun one. Tomorrow on This Day, we have the historic Leisure World film. This woman who collects all sorts of Leisure World things has found a 1970 film. You're going to like seeing this, and we got the Pub Club as well, so join us for that one. I'm Michael Taylor. I hope you enjoyed this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.